Get your brand connected to 35 million readers in India and 2 million in the USA. Global Eye Magazine, the fastest growing Indo-US weekly. Our magazine dives deep into exclusive stories, face-to-face interviews, and key happenings across the USA and India, delivering content you won't find anywhere else. Advertise with Global Eye Magazine and reach highly targeted and influential audience. Contact us to book your ad space.
Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP Talk Show.
Join us for the GSA Global Millets Expo on April 11th and 12th, 2025, hosted by Purdue University College of Agriculture Department of Food Sciences in collaboration with the Global Strategic Alliance, USA, and the Global Eye International Institute for Leadership, taking place at the Purdue University campus at West Lafayette, Indiana. This exciting event unites farmers, food producers, industry leaders, and innovators from the USA and India to celebrate and explore the incredible potential of millets, supergrain. Showcase your millet products, set up an exhibit booth, and connect with partners who share a vision for healthier, sustainable food solutions. Don't miss this opportunity to network, discover new markets, and gain valuable industry insights. Register now as a delegate to secure your spot and be part of this transformative event in sustainable agriculture. For more details, email us at gsaglobalmilletsexpo@gmail.com. See you there.
Every 98 seconds, someone in the U.S. is sexually assaulted. With 1 in 3 women, this nightmare begins as minors.
Every single day, I answer calls from women desperately seeking help. Mothers with hungry children seeking an escape from sex trafficking, sexual assault, and violence. They come to us at their most vulnerable, seeking an escape from darkness. Safe CHR's Ashley's House has begun and created such a therapeutic home, one such place where they can go from weakness and hopelessness to strength and productivity. In this way, we break the bonds of intergenerational transmission of trauma.
Your support can mean the difference between life and death. Donate now. Safe Chair, building resilience, reimagining wholeness. Contact Ashley's House at 219-378-7161, extension 102. Email drgopal@safechr.org. www.safechr.org.
Today, the guest on this episode is creating America's largest net zero and green resort in the whole of North America. Meet Dr. VGP Ganesan, the chairman and CEO of Hawthorne Development from Burridge, Illinois, who's creating ripples in the real estate industry from Hawaii to Vermont. Welcome to Dr. VGP's podcast, Dr. VGP's Talk Show. Our guest today is a real estate tycoon who had humble beginnings, coming to America in 1974, earned a doctorate in quantitative methods from the University of Illinois at Chicago. Please welcome none other than Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan to Dr. VGP Talk Show. Dr. Ganesan, it's been wonderful to have you this afternoon on our podcast, and you are going to share with our viewers your journey of excellence, your journey of success, your journey of entrepreneurship, and your journey of how you are delivering the best of the best to different communities across North America. Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan, as you know, is the CEO and chairman of Hawthorne Development, one of the leading real estate developers in the Midwest. And his portfolio today ranges from Hawaii to Vermont and boasts of 40 years of actual successful development properties across Chicago and the rest of the Midwest. Dr. Ganesan, we are really happy that you have joined us. Born in Madurai, your father was a Tahsildar or a government executive in Ramanathapuram district, Mr. Ganesh Iyer, and your grandfather was a famous lawyer, attorney in Madurai, part of the southern state of India, Mr. N.S. Viswanathan Iyer. Tell us about your early childhood and education.
Thank you, Dr. VGP. First of all, I got to say you're more or less like a family man, because my father had the privilege of working under your father, ECP Prabhakar IAS, who was the district collector of Ramnath district. My father was working as a Tahsildar and under him, and he always used to talk about your father. And it is strange that we made that connection just a few minutes ago. And I didn't realize it, that I've been knowing you for so many years. Anyway, that's wonderful.
Thank you so much. I'm humbled and have nostalgic update that as we recall both our dads worked together, and it's divine intervention after so many years, 1962, almost more than, I think, about 50 years, 60 years. So please go ahead, Dr. Ganesan.
Just one correction, my PhD was from University of Illinois, Champaign, not Chicago. Okay. So, so I landed here in 74 and continued my studies and completed my PhD. And actually, I wanted to go back to India. And so,
you had a Bachelor's of Engineering degree from
Yes.
Tyagaraja College in Madurai in the University of Madras at that time. And then you're also a 1971 MBA graduate from IIM Ahmedabad.
correct.
Right, yes.
That's correct. So I went to my professor and I said in University of Illinois, I want to go back. And my chairman of my thesis committee said, no, why don't you work for a couple of years and then you go back. And so I joined University of Kansas as a professor, and I told the dean I want to go back. I don't want any. He said we have to apply for a green card. He said no. You take your green card and then you can go home. And so I ended up.
And that was in 1976, 78?
79.
79.
Actually, 1979. So I got the green card and I said I don't have any money. I can hire a lawyer. He said, no, don't worry. We have our foreign student advisor is a lawyer. So in 30 days, I got the green card.
Wow.
In those days. So anyway, so I ended up staying here. Then I moved to University of Minnesota as a professor again in just a couple of years. Then I moved to Chicago. And that's where I started my real estate career, so to say. My first building was a simple 3-flat on 2441 North Tallman, old Chicago gray stone. And I just paid $40,000 for it and spent $20,000 renovating it, and I thought I made a great profit by selling it for $110,000.
Great, those days, that was your
first venture. And
you were famous, Dr. Ganesan, in 1982 for your real estate corporation called Vilas Development Corporation. I know, iconic, the 910 South Michigan high-rise building on Michigan Avenue in Chicago, which houses the residents of the Indian Consul General. So whenever we go to the building, we always remember you as the architect and developer for that building. So tell us something about Vilas Development Corporation, how you expanded your wings, what are your monumental projects you've done?
Yeah, Vilas Development Corporation did multiple projects in and around Chicago area, many high-rises in the city of Chicago, one of which was 910 South Michigan. That earned us the title of Chicago City Developer of the Year by the mayor.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Which year was that?
This was early 2000s.
Okay.
Quite a few years ago, of course. But that project also won 10 awards for construction excellence and also the design excellence. So, and then I was elected by the Home Builders Association of Greater Chicago to be one of the directors and so on and so forth. So it brought several things along with it.
So that's a landmark milestone, 910 South Michigan Avenue in your sparkling career.
Exactly. Then we had several other high-rises on Lakeshore Drive, 3410 North Lakeshore Drive. That is 220 units, and it is 16 stories tall. And then I had 37 stories, 525 Hawthorne Place. That's another 240 units. And we did the Commodore Greenbrier in
That's on Broadway.
Broadway and Surf. It's a fantastic building, and you know, it's one of my I would say one of my proudest achievements, because that is also on the National Register of Landmarks.
You have so much of valuable, I would say, precious history on your portfolio. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So, and then we had a whole bunch of suburban projects, Raintree, which is 330 units on 27 acres, and Itasca, the Medina Terrace, 230 units.
Wow, such a wide, successful portfolio. You're stacked up with success stories after stories. Please proceed.
Yeah, so, but there has always been in all of these, and of course we had downstate Illinois, where we built 150 apartments and so on and so forth. The underlying theme in every one of these is, can you build the best product in that neighborhood and offer the best price possible, the best product at the best price in the neighborhood that you have selected. So just to give you one example of our commitment to not only building market rate luxury projects, but also affordable housing for the less well-off in society. I was the first one to build condos in a minority suburb like Broadview. And there where people said, "You're going against the tide." Yes, I did. And I won. And
that's been your mantra all along.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that is true. When I bought the 910 South Michigan building, people said, "What a fool."
I still remember that.
But it turned out to be a roaring success. But that's counterculture. You go against, that's how opportunities are really, only an entrepreneur can see the opportunities. It doesn't occur to the normal eye. If you see a vision, it's not about what is there. I never worry about what is there. Always think of what you can make there, what you can make it to be a shining, beacon. Just like the famous thing on the Statue of Liberty, give me your poor, tired, old masses yearning to breathe free, and I will show you my lamp behind the golden door. Remember that statue?
Why don't you repeat that? It's such a wonderful saying. It should be repeated for all our viewers to digest it.
Yeah, the famous saying in the Statue of Liberty is, give me your poor, tired masses yearning to breathe free, tempest tossed ashore, and I will give you the golden lamp beside the door. Come to my shores.
Wow, very well said. It shows you have a poetic touch and of English literature, and you recalled it very well. Now you're talking about giving the best product at the best price in the neighborhood, and I know that's been your pride, and that's what you've been. Would you say that's what attributed to your continued success in a challenging real estate industry today?
That is absolutely true. You can see that our velocity of sales is more than double what other competitors have been able to achieve. And on the opening day, in fact, on a project like 910 South Michigan, there was a huge line of people waiting, and the police had to be called in because that's they are just, bursting the door to get in. I mean, that's how our projects are, because the market knows that we create something unique. And we carry that tradition to date, and we are building the nation's largest net zero green projects in places like Illinois, Vermont, Hawaii. The largest multifamily net zero green project is happening in Illinois.
Great. Now, I know you talked about Hawaii. Hawaii is a favorite destination for all of us, and it's a year-round destination. And I know you are having one of your dream projects. I mean, you never stop dreaming, and that's part of your success. The cocoa palms. Tell us about that. It's spread over 47 acres. And tell us all about cocoa palms and where is it at the stage of construction? How, if somebody wants to invest in that project, if they want to get part of this exciting, profitable venture?
Yes. Cocoa Palms is in the island of Kauai. It's the best of the 8 islands in the Hawaiian island chain, and it's called the Garden Island. And it's so full of greenery. It is also the island where there is a major Hindu temple is there, and it's not too far from the Hindu temple. And it is also the island where Mark Zuckerberg lives.
Wow.
So this project on 47 acres called the Cocoa Palms is well known historically. This is where Elvis Presley used to perform every year. And there were, the fantastic movies have been shot there. You have the Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, name brand movies, at least 10 of them that you will recognize if I...
So your property is in a strategic location on the island of Kauai?
Yes, absolutely.
And so tell us what is this resort going to offer?
This resort is a luxury resort, and it has 5 restaurants, 3 bars, a luau, a lagoon in the middle of the property.
Oh, wow. I can just picturize it while you're describing it.
Yes. And if you want to live in, taller building like 4 or 5 stories, you can do that. Or if you want to live in a cottage, there is Queen's Cottage, King's Cottage, Bishop's Cottage. Wow. So you can live in a cottage, but we respect the native Hawaiian tradition. So what we have done is that except for 3 buildings which were not in good condition, so we had to demolish them and we are building new. All the others are renovation, simply keeping in line with the native Hawaiian culture, which we want to respect.
So that goes back to your principles of sustainable construction and sustainable technology. Now tell us, what is the whole project cost of the Cocoa Palms?
The total project cost is $488 million.
Wow.
and it is it's of course a major effort. It's a milestone in my career. But of course, I always believe the best is yet to come.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Success.
I think that's what keeps driving you. You're not content. You're building success upon success. And that's a driving force. I can see it here. Go ahead, Dr. Ganesan.
Absolutely. So then we will have, of course, all kinds of entertainment things on the property. And then the beach is, right across.
Wow.
And you name it, surfing. And
so out of this capital development cost of 438 million, how much have you raised? When do you see the resort actually opening? What are the projection timelines? How could some of our viewers or those interested want to invest in that? Is this Coco Palms affiliated to any of the brand?
Yes. The Coco Palms is being done under the Kimpton Luxury Resorts
IHG
brand,
Group.
IHG Group.
Yes, I'm very familiar.
And you can invest, you can participate in this. We offer plenty of opportunities. The return on investment ranges anywhere from 12% all the way to 20%, depending upon the particular tranche that you invest in. And for people investing several $1 million, there is a special provision.
What is the minimum investment you would accept, like an initial private offering? Is there any minimum amount?
Yeah, there is
500,000, 100,000, 250.
Yeah, it can be as little as.
So you could have everybody participate in this exciting investment opportunity, Coco Palms, which you're offering.
Yes, absolutely. It's 250,000 is a minimum investment dollars.
So you'll get shares in the project.
Shares in the project.
Okay.
And in the end, at the end of 4 years, when you get your money back, if you wanted to take a share in the real estate, in other words, it's converted to your hotel condominium, and you want to share in that,
like a timeshare
in that, you can do that, or you can buy a whole unit. Same, we are offering as little as $1 million. You can have a whole unit to yourself, and $1 million and up. And so
So when you see this exciting Coco Palms completion date, would it be, you're right now, you would say at halfway of the construction project, or 25% is started? I know that it's an exciting mist, but what is the projected completion?
Yeah, it's going to take another 2 years to complete.
Good. So you're taking, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Time flies, and with your speed and swiftness and your resilient leadership, you bounce back with success upon success. So go ahead.
It will be about 2 years to complete, but we have completed the demolition, and we have all the permits in place, and construction is going on. And you're welcome to visit anytime.
Yes, I think, Dr. Ganesan, now all our viewers, you can now view the video of this Coco Palms Hawaiian project, what is going on right there, construction. It's a great opportunity for every one of you to get involved and invest and be a partner of this wonderful, really enriching investment opportunity. It won't be offered again. It's being offered right now by Dr. VGP Ganesan. His offices are in Hawthorne Development right here in Burridge, Illinois. And you have the email address for you to contact him. And I think the investors are rushing up to book the space, because next time you don't have to book a hotel in Hawaii. You can get to the island of Kauai, and you have the Hindu temple there, and you have luxury at its best. And this opportunity is not to be missed. We'd like you all to get into this exciting investment opportunity, and you can invest from any part of the world, right, Dr. Ganesan?
That's correct. Yes.
Yes,
that's correct.
And what would you think are the highlights? What are the three? What would you tell, if you have a potential investor, the three main highlights of your Coco Palms project to invest in? Why should anybody invest in your Coco Palms?
Oh, fantastic question. I would say, first of all, fantastic track record of the company.
Absolutely. 40 years, a solid track record. And today you can check them out on the website. Hawthorne Group, private, it was called as Villas Development, and such a solid track record which cannot be paralleled by any other developer, especially Indian American entrepreneur. Go ahead, Dr. Ganesan.
Second is, we have withstood 3 major real estate crises and prospered. The first crisis was late 1980s, the savings and loan crisis. Second was dot-com bubble of 2000. And finally, the Great Recession of 2008. We not only survived, but prospered every time. So that shows the stability of the company.
Absolutely.
So the track record, the stability, and you can feel good about investing here because, other things being the same, people may give you similar returns, etc. And even if they do, you also feel good about investing here because you are helping Mother Earth, the environment, because this is the nation's largest sustainable resort ever built, 100% run by geothermal energy and solar energy. Nothing like this has been attempted.
I mean, that's such a wonderful breaking news. You're hearing from the founder and CEO, Hawthorne Group, is Dr. VGP Ganesan himself, that why invest in the Cocoa Palms project in Hawaii. One, he has a solid track record of over 40 years of delivering success upon success, the best product at the best price in the neighborhood. Second, the stability. He had 3 real estate crises. He challenged it, conquered it, and has become successful through that. And he has spread to Hawaii. And today, Cocoa Palms is America's largest sustainable project in the history, where we pay our respect to Mother Earth. Now, there's no other way, better investment opportunity available today than joining the Hawthorne Group and CEO VGP Ganesan and investing your dollars, which will be truly getting a return of investment, like he said, and converting it to make more money for you and your generations. Dr. Ganesan, I said you could again repeat and reinforce, is the nation's largest.
This is the nation's largest net zero green resort.
Net zero green resort. Yes, go ahead.
Fully powered by solar and geothermal.
It's fully powered by thermal and geothermal.
So solar and geothermal. In other words, we have a huge solar field supplying power, and we have battery, and there is no diesel at all. And the geothermal is as environmentally friendly as you can see. And we are one of the first to use geothermal in the island of Hawaii.
Wow. So you walk the talk. We hear so many people are talking green technology, sustainable construction, sustainable technology. But here you have an individual with a track record, Dr. VGP Ganesan, who's offering America its first totally sustainable resort. And I salute you for this initiative, for bringing green technology and combining it, practically giving us a resort which respects Mother Earth. Dr. VGP, you're also doing something very exciting on the other end of the country in Vermont. Could you tell our viewers about that? See, he's simultaneously multitasking. He's not satisfied with the Cocoa Palms project in Hawaii. He has a project in Vermont, and closer to home, he's going to tell us what he does in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Yes. So Vermont, Dr. Ganesan.
Vermont is, we are really building the downtown of Burlington, Vermont. And one building is being completed, that is 234 units. We are building 2 more buildings. There is a hotel and another apartment building coming up on the same site. That is phase 1. And the phase 2 and phase 3 involve another tower and also a stadium.
So, what stadium? It's a sports stadium?
Yeah, it's a sports stadium.
Any particular game it's attached to?
Baseball.
Baseball. Yeah. Okay, great.
So this is a huge project, and this Burlington, as you know, is the center of the town. Really, and Burlington center of the state in the sense that the business capital. So
of Vermont.
Of Vermont. And again, everything is built to net zero standards because we don't do anything other than net zero and green construction. So net zero green, net zero energy, net zero carbon.
Great. You just heard Dr. Ganesan giving you the exciting, another great opportunity to participate and become a partner with him in Vermont. He is doing a whole development in the heart of Vermont, in the city, including a stadium and high-rise building. And this is an exciting era today with the new administration taking place with President Trump. And we all are expecting the interest rate to go down and make it a huge boom for the real estate industry. We are in the right time, right place. Dr. Ganesan, tell us closer to home of the Mount Vernon project in Illinois, which is also, as you heard, one of the hallmark of the Hawthorne Development Group is zero net green development and thermo and solar energy, right?
Yeah.
So please tell us about the Mount
Vernon is a huge development. It's on 50 acres.
Wow.
Where we are building a series of apartments, a hotel, a gaming parlor, a grocery store, a food court, medical office buildings, and a senior living complex. So this is multifaceted, and again, like I said, everywhere, net zero, green. A bit of mentioning about the green, because we do, when you say green, it involves so many other aspects as well, like rain gardens and permeable pavements and so on and so forth. You have an opportunity to participate in this also as an investor. This can be as little as $100,000. Only Hawaii is $250,000.
And Vermont?
Vermont is $100,000. Hawaii is very high cost, so that's why we had to raise the limit. So here we give you 6% plus 6%. If you invest as little as 100,000, but if you invest as much as $1 million, it's 10% plus 10%. So 6% means like every quarter you get 1.5%. You get a check every quarter. 10% if you invest $1 million means you get 2% every quarter. And then the additional 10% per year comes when we have a major capital event like refinance. So it's a fantastic opportunity. Again, every one of the projects we are involved in, we give you two options to get out. You can take your money back. That's one option. Or you can take your unit, whatever price there is. We, as an investor, we always give a discount. So you won't pay public's price. And we say, if you don't want to take your money back, we give you the unit. And if you like the unit, we give the unit to you. It's your choice.
It's a great opportunity. Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan, is explaining the different ways all of us can participate and partner with him in the Hawaii Cocoa Palms project, in the Vermont, where he's redeveloping the whole town, including a baseball stadium, in Mount Vernon, closer to home, where he's doing a lot of senior development and business development and high-rise buildings. I mean, thank you for explaining to your viewers and giving them all an opportunity from any part of the world. You could participate and be an investor, and we could have this is one of the few opportunities which are being provided to us before 2025 is blooming and in the new year. So I would encourage everybody to get in touch with the Hawthorne Group. And I think his hallmark, as we keep on repeating, clean energy and green building practices. Now, there's a connection for this. I was asking him earlier when we were chatting about his parents. I said, how did you end up getting the name Visvabharathy? What is the significance? And pop came the answer. His mother, what's her name?
My mother, Meenakshi.
Her mother, Meenakshi, and that's another significance. Madurai, the city of Madurai is known for the Meenakshi Amman temple, the powerful woman goddess, the only female goddess who's got a temple in her name anywhere in the world. and his mother Meenakshi named the second son in her family as Visvabharathi because she was an ardent fan of the first non-European to get the Nobel Prize, Rabindranath Tagore, who founded the Visvabharathi College in Shanti Niketan in 1921, which later became a university.
Yes.
And the motto of Tagore and Visvabharathi is communion of the world with India. And today,
Yes.
Dr. Visvabharathi Ganesan, you're living up to what your mother christened you, your name, because you are giving all the listeners all over the world to commune with you and your ventures. You're opening up and sharing different opportunities. And I would like all of you all to get on it and get with it, because here is one of the most successful, proven, solid track record, stability. And along with that, it will get the best investment you could make on a best clean energy and green practice, building practices. And this is, I mean, most of you all must be wondering, Mr. Ugendra Nageshwar, our producer, is saying he's getting text messages for some people who are listening live to say they want to know about what makes up this special personality, I would say sparkling personality, Visvabharathi Ganesan, who's so calm. He's sitting on crowns of success. He's a real estate tycoon. Let's take a quick 10 questions to know what is it that makes him tick. What is behind his continuous success? So we'll have a quick 10 questions to ask you, just for get our viewers to get a little peek into your most successful, flamboyant lifestyle, yet so calm as a debonair and so successful and focused. Dr. Visvabharathi, if till date, what do you think was your greatest challenge among all these accomplishments?
The greatest challenge for someone not belonging to the majority trying to make it in a downtown market where construction was dominated by Italian mafia, the first brown-skinned guy to build a high-rise. You can imagine the challenges I would have faced. I faced challenges in financing because banks wouldn't give me the money. And I faced challenges because I was not supposed to be building because it's left for Italians. But I boldly entered the market. The challenges were there. There is a union entrance and non-union entrance and picketing and this and that, all those challenges.
You've conquered all those challenges. And today Dr. Visvabharathi accompanies and brushes shoulders with presidents of the country and along with the Indian stalwarts, including Prime Minister Modi, George Bush and the likes. And between you juggling these three major projects which you have today, the Hawaiian Cocoa Palms project, the Vermont project, to include Century building a stadium, and Mount Vernon, where you're doing affordable housing and doing high-rise buildings. What is it? Do you still think that you lack any skill or talent?
Of course.
And what would that be, if there is one?
Of course, there is. One is never complete because there are always more things to learn, and I would say if I had an opportunity to go back to school, I would definitely become more proficient in all the computerese languages that is really completely taking over the world. I'm an old-fashioned engineer. I know how to build with my hands. But the modern engineers are computer-based, and so if I could go back to school, that's what I would do. And definitely, the other part that has always fascinated me is a study of world history. And one of my favorite authors is William Dalrymple. He has written books on many areas, and the fall of the British Empire and so on. And history is always fascinating to me. I want to learn more about history.
Yeah.
So
you're making history every day. You started making history when you landed in North America in 1974, Dr. GANESAN. Now, what drives you to keep conquering and succeeding project after project in this real estate market, which is very competitive, very challenging, but you are able to dive deep and make a very successful model of success? So what drives you actually?
I think it's because I consider success as a journey. It's not a destination. So by the time you have achieved something, for instance, when green was just a paint color in America, we started, using energy efficient windows and lighting as far back as 30 years ago when I was building. But then technology came forward, and before people could think of net zero, we were doing net zero construction. Before people could think of solar, our solar dates back to at least 18 years before,
You just heard Dr. Vishwabharati Ganeshan saying how he is a self-made visionary. He's much before his time. Now with this Hawaii Cocoa Palms project, where he's building America's first green, clean energy and green building practice resort, I would say, in the whole of North America. Now, Dr. GANESAN, you must be having your own parameters, how you evaluate the success of a real estate development. Could you name the 3 topmost parameters? From you are an authority today as a successful real estate tycoon. Tell our viewers what are the 3, how will you rate a real estate development?
I would say, first of all, customer satisfaction is
Good.
number one. So I said the greatest smile on my face is when I sit at a closing table and give the key to the unit to the customer, and then I walk with him to the unit when he invites me, and he's so proud of having occupied that place and bought that place. That smile in his face brings about a tremendous happiness in me. That is one. Second is really, we got to have a purpose for existence as a company. Our purpose is really like we need to make a difference in people's lives. Now, how do we make a difference in people's lives? If we look at the indoor air quality in my projects, I can challenge you, they are much better than any competitor in the area, simply because our dedication to clean air, which is continuous, by a continuous supply of fresh air so that no stale air ever remains in the place.
Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. That's something we all must learn when we go out to inspect the unit or property about indoor air quality. A very important point today with air pollution.
And COVID and all of these,
Absolutely.
And allergies. So we make a difference in people's lives because our indoor air environment, indoor air quality is phenomenally superior. So customers' living space, customers' happiness in the face, the indoor air quality plus thermal comfort. If you live in my building, you can be in the middle of the unit or by the window, you have the same temperature, because that's the phenomenal degree of thermal comfort which we bring. So that's how I would rate it. And also the longevity of the building. We don't build for just a few years. And for instance, geothermal field, the life is 100 years.
Wow, geothermal, 100 years. That's a lot. That's an incredible amount of time. You just heard the chairman and CEO of Hawthorne Development talking about how one would rate the parameters for a successful real estate development. And now, Dr. GANESAN, coming back to the end of our podcast, we'd like you to, if you were given an opportunity to take 3 people out for dinner, they could be from the past or the present, who would those 3 people be?
Some of the people I don't even know, except that my father used to talk about them. One of them is Shyam Prasad Mukherjee.
Oh yes, he is the founder of the VGP party and the precursor to the Bharatiya Janata Party in India. He's one of the greatest souls. Yes, Shama Prasad
That's what
Mukherjee.
my father used to say.
Yes.
The second is this guy, William Dalrymple.
That's your favorite author?
Favorite author.
William Dalrymple.
And the third is Rajiv Malhotra.
Okay.
He wrote the Snakes in the Ganga,
Okay.
Ganga River, or something about, he has his own theories. I would like to explore, what they are and would like to know more.
Yeah, just from the three picks, what Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan has done, you can also see, apart from being a successful entrepreneur, a mega real estate tycoon, he's also well read. 3 out of 2 people were famous authors, and the first one was a game changer for the whole world, I would say, Shama Prasad Mukherjee. He is the father of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Jan Sangh, and the previous political history. Now, Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan, how will you describe yourself in 3 words or 3 adjectives to describe your most successful, vigorous, multifaceted personality?
I would say persevering and never be deterred by setbacks. Because I believe that if one door is closed, God opens up another door. So God never treats you destitute, leaves you destitute. He opens the door. So
The
perseverance.
third adjective to describe you?
And the other is really always on the cutting edge of technology. You should be ahead of the game.
Yeah. In his own words, Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan describes himself as persistent, as resilient, and all technology savvy.
Yes.
And in concluding, Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan, such an enlightening talk show we had with you today. You gave us the different opportunities of what's going on, and you told us about your journey, how you're successful, and you won 3 words which still rings in my head. The best is yet to come. And this is an opportunity for all our viewers and everybody who sees to participate and become a partner with the CEO of Hawthorne Group, whether it's in the Hawaii Cocoa Palms project, if it's in Vermont or in Mount Vernon, Illinois. What is your parting message to all our viewers today, Dr. Ganesan?
I would say, remember Robert Frost? The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. There is so much yet to be achieved.
What a profound words from an intelligent, erudite scholar who is also a tycoon. Sir, my salutations to you. Thank you for joining us. And my respect and admiration for you has grown in this last 30 minutes of learning. I didn't know that you are such a sparkling gem of a personality. And the way you concluded with Robert Frost, all of us have miles to go before we sleep. Thank you so much, Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan, for joining us today, and wishing you and your success upon success with the best yet to come.
Thank you, Dr. VGP. One thing I would like to say, I belong to no political party either in India or here. I'm always with every political party.
Wonderfully well said. Thank you so much, Dr. Visvabharathy Ganesan, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless America.
Giving treatment to my mother without knowing anything about the science, about medical science, because
you personally experienced. Let's talk about the scrolling cleansing therapy.
Fusion Systems and Services, a powerhouse in innovation, delivering transformative technology solutions. With our groundbreaking cloud-ready product, ITIS, leading the industry as the ultimate RPA solution, trusted by top global enterprises. From mobile application testing to middleware automation, from big data integration to SAP automation, and even Salesforce automation, Fusion Systems is your strategic partner for success. No challenge is too big. No system is too complex. Empower your business with Fusion Systems. Visit us now at fusionsystems.inc.com and revolutionize your future.
Dear viewers, elevate your business to new heights and reach 35 million potential customers with Global Eye Digital. Contact us today at globaleyedigital@gmail.com or info@globaleyedigital.com. Let's take your business global.
Get your brand connected to 35 million readers in India and 2 million in the USA. Global Eye Magazine, the fastest growing Indo-US weekly. Our magazine dives deep into exclusive stories, face-to-face interviews, and key happenings across the USA and India, delivering content you won't find anywhere else. Advertise with Global Eye Magazine and reach highly targeted and influential audience. Contact us to book your ad space.